module 5, I mean, sorry, 3 days back, we started with the module 5 content talking about different aspects pertaining to the precast construction, and we also started with the detailing of sterilized soil blocks. Then we started with the concrete mixes. What are the different concrete mixes available? So this model is completely based on the techniques or the methodology adopted for the construction. So the whole chapter, sorry, the whole subject started with the type of construction, and in between we came across the different types of materials to minimize the cost of construction. So many techniques also we came across. So learning too many things with different elements of a building construction, and to the end of the subject or towards the end of the module, we have to identify or minimize, or we have to minimize the cost of construction. How to overcome? So yesterday we started telling that what are the concepts of cost concepts in building, which dealt with the foundation, type of foundation you choose, then type of wall construction you choose, and what are the masonry units, and when you are preferring the openings for doors and windows, what are the type of supports you have to provide about the openings, and what are the different type of roof. More or less it is repetitive, telling about the precast elements and ferrocement construction. And similarly, different types of doors and windows are available as a precast elements with a ferrocement type of construction. Then you find framing. Framing was the last topic which I had to cover, telling that going for an indeterminate structure would be an economized or ready cost reducing construction, because once you have a column and column frame construction, once you have a column frame, framing means you can have a frame showing that as a beam and a column, beam and a column. So in between you can have the construction of a wall or opening or complete wall or whatever you can decide depending upon the priority of your requirement. So these are the major inputs towards the reduction of the cost construction. To be very precise or to be more in depth to understand, we have to learn more about cost control in building design and construction. See, when you start constructing, you have to have a design of it, plan of it, and the material and the facility of manpower should be all be available. With that only it is possible to have a cost estimation. That is only possible. Then you have to estimate the cost, and never the project has to cross that estimated cost. Then you are calling it, if you are crossing the estimated cost, then you are running over, you are overrun the cost. So to understand in a better way, students, I'll not go through the lines in between, it is very much clear. Instead I put this in a ppt form. In a ppt form, you can look here, it is in a ppt form talking about one particular project, telling that total cost control on construction project. Isn't it? Project is nothing but construction. A construction, it can be a multi-layered construction or single layer construction. I mean to say, it can be a number of house construction or commercial construction. So total cost control on construction projects. So what is the overview of the talk? We had to discuss the construction projects incur cost overruns which will impact the project success, because if you are starting a construction, you should have some amount of money. If that amount is of money is not sufficient for the construction of cost, then and if it is exceeding, then you call it as a cost overrun. Then you call it as a cost overrun. Overrun means it is exceeding the cost whatever you have estimated. And it is a discussion telling that how these overruns happens and how it can be prevented. And initially we are looking at why we need to cost control. Why we need to control the cost? We have to control, otherwise it is not possible to complete the project itself. And we'll see to the conclusion what commitment to the cost control issue can be made towards a project success. These are the content delivery for the cost effective or cost control aspects in the construction. Now, why cost control has to be made? At first, for example, you are given a project, you will be defining what are the objectives. If I am given a project, if I am a structural engineer, I am given a project, I am supposed to design it. I have to come out with a structural drawing. A structural design and drawing has to be done. So, for which a project objective has to be declared. Then I have to think about whether the project will be success or a failure. Two things has to be kept in mind. At first, the project objectives and project failure or success. Depending upon the objectives what I frame and within the period and within the cost estimated, I can definitely now itself I can say the project will be success. And if the project objectives are not satisfied because of financial issues, it is declared as a project failure because the money is not sufficient to complete the project finally, right? So moving further, what are the causes for the cost overruns, right? You have some, for example, if you have 10 rupees and you will spend 100 rupees, what could be the reason? And it is not that easy to spend something 90 rupees excess. What are the reasons? So I have put it as a A. You can see A here in the corner of the table, that is project management and contract administration related factors. So what are the causes of cost overruns? First is poor project management. If you are managing, if you are given a person or a contractor who is not able to deliver the project in a proper way, is not able to manage the project in a correct way, not even maintaining the timings and all, not having a manpower, readily available manpower to take up the task to be performed in the project, then it is a poor management. If there is a change in scope of work, now you have to, I said you before students, the objective has to be defined and the scope of work has to be defined initially in the project. If there's a change in the scope, you then suddenly you change with some reason you have to change the scope. If you have to change the scope of the work, then you have to take a decision at the higher level, and you have to execute in a better way how that change has to be incorporated in the ongoing project. You can not just slide it or telling, okay, I'll change the scope. Okay, I don't want this room to be constructed here. I want something else to be constructed. That change cannot be incorporated that day immediately. Okay, and we make some delays in decision making. That should not happen. If the delays in decision making can be avoided where the management takes care of it. If there is a management setup where the decisions can be made up immediately and they execute it. Okay, and inaccurate quantity takeoff, isn't it? Quantity, okay, you require some 10 ton of steel and inaccurate quantity takeoff, and you don't know precisely, you don't give the exact value. Sometimes you may give a less quantity of ton. You may say 8 ton of steel you purchase and get it from the vendor, and today you get 8 ton where you require a 10 ton of steel, and there's no, I mean 2 tons of insufficient of steel is made. Therefore that is the one reason for the cost overrun, because again as the delay happens students, there's a cost overrun taking place. Time is running, money is running, right? So these are the 4 particular reasons with respect to the project management and contract administration related factors. Then what are the other factors? You may ask, ma'am, only those management people associated with the project are only concerned? No, Baba, it is also the design and documentation related factors are also there. Suppose the engineer doesn't make a complete design and the accuracy doesn't being maintained and there's no frequent check being made. If I start as a structural engineer, if I start a design, there should be one person ahead of me who check the design, who approves it. There should be one third party check also should be made. There has to be repeated check should be made. If that check is made and that any changes has to be incorporated to be done immediately or in no time, it has to be immediately take up, or before you take up the project construction, this all should be completed. It all has to be completed before itself. So incomplete design at the time tender. Yes, it happens when you call for a tender and for design quoting for a design and you call for a tender and it doesn't complete in time, that delay happens. Delay means you will be loss of money. That is overrun of money will take place. And delay in preparation, delay in, one second, there's some problem. Can you see the screen, students? Is the screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes. Delay in preparation approval drawings. Yes, as we delay in the design, definitely there will be approval. Approval has to be taken. As I said, design and drawing approval has to be taken by the structural engineer, because structural engineer will not easily approve any design. He will take his own time because he has to check the every reinforcement details and labeling has to be checked. So upon all that checking, which may take time, as the time delays, money also consumes. Next thing is the overrun, cost of overrun. We are understanding why it is exceeding the amount, whatever we have exceeded, we have estimated. The other third reason is, which I put it as C, as site management related factors. Can you see the screen, students? The screen is seen very much. Yes, screen is visible to you all.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, thank you. Contractor site management related factors, like what the contractor will do at site. Is he available and he's available for better management and supervision, and is he taking up the work in time, like getting the quantity of materials, scheduling the day for each manpower. Is he doing that, or is there any inaccuracy of time and cost estimation has taken place? Mistakes during construction is very prone to the delay. Mistakes during construction, that should not at all happen, because that itself happens means what happens, you have to detail or you have to remove that construction whatever has taken up and start afresh. Again, delay is taking place. Inadequate monitoring and control. Correct. If he is in because mistakes in construction is happening means he is not at all efficient to monitor and control, and poor site management and supervision, that all contributes to the overrun, cost overrun, that is the cost exceeding the amount is estimated for the project. And the fourth one is finance management related factors. Like you, when I say that is this cost about a project costing of 2 crore or 3 crore, there should be immediate flow of cash. If the cash or the amount required for any task to be performed for the project is not taken up in time because of reason the money is not available to purchase the materials, then there is not a fluent cash flow happening. And poor financial control on site. Yes, financial control is very important. You should have a better control on the financial aspects. Financial difficulties of the owner has to be a very big concern for the overrun of the cost estimation. Delay in progress payment by the owner. Yes, because the owner will give the construction work to the vendor, right? The vendor will start constructing. When the owner delays the provision of cash or the flow of cash to the vendor, if he delays, the complete construction will delay in payment to the suppliers or subcontract. So it is all related, students, it is all related. So these are the major factors which are concerning to the overrun of the project or cost overrun. The one more thing is information and communication related factors. Lack of coordination. See, there's always a, when there is a group of people, no, it is one to one we can coordinate very easily the information pass on. For example, you remember maybe sometime you would have played or you would have done when 10 people start standing in a line. If I give a statement, you are standing in a line and the same statement is asked by the first person to pass on to the second person, second to third, third to fourth, fourth to fifth. The 10th statement what I may get is not the same what I asked you to repeat. There is a communication gap taking place. Yes, that happens. If one to one it is there, it is directly, it is the exact communication which is happening, but it is not so because it's a teamwork. Project itself is a teamwork. So lack of coordination happens, yes, because project money, it is not like 10 people join together and do it. 10 people have 10 different tasks. One will be monitoring the material, one will be monitoring the manpower, one will be monitoring the steps or the stages of construction, one will be monitoring with the concrete RMC which has to come and put and go, one will be monitoring with the electric connection, one will be, so too many 10 or 20 tasks will be available in the project. When all 10 join together, then only it is possible to complete a project. When the coordination itself is not there among them, it is very difficult. And when the coordination is not there, definitely there is a lack of communication taking place between the parties. And the next is human resources related factor, that is labors eventually, you know, because of their need they come and join as a labor. Maybe they are today they do work exactly, they do maybe 7 hours or 8 hours they work, but sometimes they fall sick because of this heavy work given at the site. They fall sick, they may not turn up next day. So there's a labor problem, shortage of labors will be taken place at the site. So when you think of, for example, you're constructing a 20 apartment floor, 20 floor apartment, and you have 10 laborers to move one material from one stage, one floor to the other floor, and you have 10 people. In the 10 people, you find some 2 are missing. They are fallen sick or they are not turned up for the job. What happens? 8 people are there to transfer. What happens? It is reducing, the time lag is taking place. So such as a scenario of human resource, labors are very important. Without them it is not possible. How much ever robotic it is construction, robotic construction we talk, artificial intelligence construction we talk, but labors are labor, students. Labors we cannot replace labors with any machinery. Am I correct? It is not at all possible to replace the labors by any machineries. You know, students, we are talking artificial intelligence in construction. We are talking robotics in construction. Do you know all this? Do you know, students? We have in MTech structures, we have one elective subject as artificial intelligence in construction. Elective. Artificial intelligence in construction. So whatever it is, labor has labor problem, labor have their own problem. And labor students, when I was I was not understanding much about, I remember we used to pay for our own house construction the labor as 180 rupees, 180 rupees. Today though they are above 800 to 1500. So the market price has gone high because they have understood without us it is not possible. Any machine you get, Are Baba, you get any machine, it is not possible. Right? I think you would have heard about 3D printing bridges. You know, Amsterdam is constructing 3D bridges. You please check in the Google, it is existing. 3D printing bridges construction is going on in Amsterdam. Please check in Google search and find out. Okay, and labors are absent. All this is contributing towards the overrun, because as a delay you find delay in many things, as in delay in money factor. Next is human resource control factor. So again, it is the same fluctuation of materials. The materials, for example, students, sand is not available, river sand is not available. We go for M sand, right? Quarry dust, quarry sand we go for. Quarry sand nowadays it is available, and due to high rates and low rates, it will change, it will vary, and shortage of materials comes into picture, right? And also equipment facility, and it's not available, and sometimes they say equipment undergoing breakdown, it may not be available, it may not be running today, it will take a day time to get repair. So you should understand as an engineer, as there is a delay, money is just going away out of you, out of your hand, money is not. So it is very difficult, students, to gather all the events, all the tasks to get into a movement, get into a functioning phase. It is very difficult. Late delivery of materials and equipments. If it is raining like this, it is very difficult. And if you want a particular type of material, like some, I've seen people with the construction, they want that particular type of granite flooring, that particular type of stone for their, what is it, temple, what do you call it, at house, they want a small temple, a particular type of wood, particular type of modulars in their kitchen, all that they ask, that infrastructure, that is good, but it is not available no at near vicinity. So what we have to do, we have to get it transported. From transported maybe at around 100 kilometers away, maybe we don't know, 100 kilometers away in Bangalore. If I say that I'm constructing at Vidyanagar Cross, my house, so you think some what kilometer it may take, it has to travel. And if it rains and all that, you find, you know what is a gear condition of any vehicle like that. So there are many aspects which is contributing to all such factors. Next, as I said just before, environmental related factors are number of the environmental related factors. You find something like you find level and number of competitors. There are different competitors. Today you are given to the one vendor, the other vendor may be costing you little less for the construction. Economic instability, effect of weather, government policies. There are many changes you may find. These are the environmental, I mean, general factors which are contributing directly or indirectly to the project completion. And finally, it is costing, if it is affecting whom? Effects of cost overruns is affecting to the clients, affecting to the end users. Who are the end users? You are constructing a apartment, okay? You have purchased the apartment for some, say, some 50 lakhs, and your construction is not completed. You are not able to move to that new house. So you are the end user. You become an end user to project consultant, because the project is not over, he will not get money, to contractors, to construction industry, and to the whole country. So overall it is contributing to the nation. And what are the tools and techniques we have to use for the cost control? You have to control the cost. So first we have to have a proper budget. A proper budget has to be made, and we have to check in the budget only what could be the deviations. If my budget is costing 1 crore, exactly 1 crore means I cannot keep the budget as 1 crore only, students. I have to go with the another 20% or 30% extra, so that any imbalances during the construction of project will be taken up or taken care. Cost planning, cash flow, cost reporting, cost control, these things are repeatedly being, has to be checked. Cost reporting is very tough job among all in complete project, because you have to report to the vendor, I mean the developers who are constructing the building. You have to report to them what is the material cost today, what is the mason cost today. All that weekly report you have to produce, and tell that whatever you would have planned in a PPT, or you would have used a software to analyze, and to you have to present in front of the structural engineer or any engineer who is available with you in the construction. See, Baba, we are here. This is the cost of estimation of the budget, and we are meeting it. Today we are here. Today we are supposed to spend some 20 lakhs out of 1 crore or 3 crore. So we are spent. So at that level we have reached. So that is all we have to keep tracking the budget flow at the same time parallelly. And developers budgets, cost of all this is a general thing. I need not talk about developers budget. And cost planning, we tell that suppose one of you wants to build a tower, you would sit down and estimate the cost to see if you have enough money to complete it. For if you lay the foundation and you are not able to finish, and everyone who sees will ridicule you, saying this person began to complete and was not able to finish. Reduce your money, he'll just comment, start commenting, wrongly giving a comments. You have a money, you want to construct a tower, and you have a money, and that money is only spent only on the foundation, not able to develop a superstructure, and people will start commenting. You're seeing people commenting. People means we who? We the people. We the people will start commenting. Array, he could not finish the construction. He has taken up the construction royally. He took up and distributed streets, but not able to do it. So these are the strategies or things what one come across, right? Such things will really change the life of any person. So there are different phases for the project stage, cost planning and methodology. Project stage is telling feasibility study, project brief to design, contract sum based on contract pieces, okay, not much related to your topic. Yes, this is the cash flow. Cash flow is a movement of income into and expenditure out of business over time. That is what you have spent 20 lakhs for this time at this, and according to the chart, whatever you have prepared before the project start, is that matching? This 20 lakhs should have been met with the same time. So cash flow is very important to ensure that an appropriate level of funding is in the place and draw suitable facilities are available. You have to match exactly. Okay, today my account is this. I spend this amount for the material construction. So it should go in hand and in hand. It should go in hand. And cost reporting, you have to report the information of the cash flow, what has happened up, and total cost control is a big task. That is what I tell you students in a project. No, if you get your job of cost reporting, you can find a job like you have an apartment construction and you have to report the cost. That type of jobs are also available with the construction. When you go for a construction, you can always welcome to take up, but a little difficult to learn at first, but once you are aware of it and you know how to do the reports, you are like, you can, nobody can catch you. You will become master and everyone will demand you to come to their own project. They may welcome you. So cost project reporting is very important, and these are the cost control which requires to be taken, that is design decisions, project team, updating cost plan. So these points, updating cost plan, updating cash plan, reviewing contingency. Contingency means some extra money, contingency. I said, some deviation like 1 crore, if you have 1 crore is a project, you have to plan for 1 crore or 1.5 or 1.75 crore. So reviewing the contingency, change management process, update cost reports, information management, all this has to be incorporated same time. It has to be undergone in the same time. And what are the conclusions and recommendations? Finally, one has to give is nothing but it should apply, and the project has to be completed within the time without any cost overrun. Overrun should not happen. If overrun happens, students, like you think your project is out of your hand, it will not get completed. Okay, that is what the consultant should apply project management tools in their own project delivery. Otherwise, it is not possible. It is very easy to tell, hey, project ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ, ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ, ಹೌದಾ, ನೀನೇನ್ ಕೆಲಸ, that is very all easy. But headache is there. If there is a overflow of cash taking place, then project will never complete, because the owner has to again pledge some amount of money from the bank and put it in the project. Then only it is possible. I think you or somebody of your own cousins or your somebody of your friends would have experienced at construction in the Samla Koti law at site engineer. Have you seen people standing that site at a site engineer in the Samla Kotila? It's 15th of this month is still salary is not paid because of all these reasons. Because of all these reasons. So when you take up the project, students, you have to see at who is the vendor and who is the owner. Vendor means who is a developer, who is constructing for the owner. Therefore, and the cash flow has to be perfect, precise. Then you can expect a good salary. Right. This is more about the conclusions, and that is all about the. That is what we are talking about. Contingency provisions and all should be made, and that is regarding your effective cost control will require. Any doubt, students here? Any doubt? Any question you would like to ask? Please. Any questions from your end? From your end, students, any questions you have?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay, fine. Next is the last topic of this module. Okay. But I'll not end up with this last topic. It is a very high thinking level topic. It is telling that what assignment I had given, it is more or less it is related. The assignment what I had given to design using alternate material, whether it can be agro material or industrial material, and define an end product of it. Similarly, it is the same thing, but it is talking in terms of cost analysis. It is easy to replace, but have you ever thought of what is the cost involved if I just replace it? Is if I just replace it, is that possible? Can I control the cost? Now I was discussing yesterday, you just take out some amount of cement and replace it with any alternate material, which is an inert material. You can do it. But whether it will be cost analysis can be performed, whether it will be a costly or it may not contribute any much or it may lessen down the cost. Eventually it will lessen down because we are using the byproducts. We are using the byproducts of the agro waste or agricultural or industry. That is what we understood. The agro waste materials are many, the industrial waste materials are many. So using them, we are looking at the reduction. So why we are looking at the reduction, students? Because we have to contribute low energy, very low energy building construction, very low energy in building construction. Can you see in the Google or search for the images of any building which is having a zero energy? That means which is not at all contributing any amount of carbon to the environment. It is very, very difficult. And if it is so, it will be rated by the LEED as platinum or diamond. Platinum and diamond. You remember the ratings of IGBC and LEED? It will be given. Such buildings will be rated because the carbon emission from the building will be very, 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 very low. So that is why the government people have introduced solar facility, LED bulbs, and many other marketing materials are available to reduce the energy or the carbon emission. Right? So here are the few different types of materials. There, yeah, it cannot be exactly replacing, it can replace. Like aluminum, as I said, it is a ductile and malleable, it can be molded into any shape, it can be used along with your steel bars. Bitumen materials can be used, soil conditioning agents can also be used, tempered glass can be used, crumb rubbers can be used, fiber reinforced polymers we have already discussed. So these are the different, many materials are available like the students. Glass reinforced plastics, bamboo reinforced plastic, ferro cement, polish. Today your MTech students are doing, if they are in fourth semester right now, they are doing some projects. And my own students are doing some projects on concrete beams and walls. They are testing walls. You can come to college sometime, the wall is existing in the loading frame. And that wall is made up of a stabilized soil block. and we have used coconut coir to that. And the coconut coir is what? It's a waste. It's an inorganic. It's not an inorganic material. So if I'm introducing the coconut coir to the stabilized soil bricks. So what happens if I'm introducing? What is happening? It will arrest. For example, I'll draw the block here. And you find coils, coconut coils. What will happen, students, if I am introducing coconut coils? It will arrest the cracking. If the brick is cracking, I'll use some other color. If the brick is cracking in this way, right? If the brick is cracking in this way, right? And if the coil is seen in between, it will not allow the crack to propagate or continue. It will stop doing so. So that is the purpose of introducing, and the strength will increase. It will add on to the strength of the block. So that way such materials are available with us in the environment to use, to improve. So in that first example, we can talk about the aluminium. Aluminium, as I said, it is having a very good ductile property. It is more commercially application can be seen very well. More than 3,000 applications have been seen. 35% of aluminium produced is used in the construction. Yes, and very important thing is it is non-corrosive. It will not get corroded. Highly ductile, durability and low maintenance. Yes, can be alloyed. Alloyed means it can be aluminum, can be mixed with say, copper or with steel, right? We can do that. We can do that. Ductile and malleable, it is malleable, that is it can be extended and it can be stretched. It can be stretched, that is malleable. And application of aluminum in construction, when such a good material we have here, we are already using it. It is not that we are not using. We are using it already. Windows, doors and facades, roof, wall, building structures, doors. Then this is hot HAVC. I remember in the first chapter, there is hot volatile air conditioning and waterproofing and support structure for solar panels, wall cladding. Wall cladding means you can cover that wall with the aluminum sheet. So there are different materials available like that. As one of the example is aluminum sheet. This is one more example, walling. As we studied also, stabilized soil blocks, which can be made up of 5% and good walling materials as of burnt brick, and is economical, strong and energy saving. Why it is energy saving, students? As you find in a brick or a concrete, you find brick has to be burnt. It has to be burnt. It has to be burnt. Concrete uses lot of cement it uses, right? When stabilized compressed earth blocks, stabilized compressed, I can call it as CEB, I can abbreviate it as CEB. So it is only with soil, no burning take place. So percentage of cement I'll be using to 5 to 10%. 5 to 10% of cement I'll be using. So therefore it reduces the emission of carbon. Neither I'm burning nor I'm using a lot of cement. So it is a good example towards the wall construction. The soil is used for the block should have a requisite composite of clay and silt or sand. Soil stabilized, hollow or interlocking blocks are also available for thermal insulation. That is the second example. And the third example is a roof. Yes, this is a very good example. Remember, roof, coconut fibers and wooden chips, which is not today, but for a temporary structure you can use the chips and the coconut fibers which have been soaked for 2 hours and water is drained out. Later they are mixed with some amount of cement and molded in a very good plate, a rectangular sheet like this. You can see about you take a tray and you can do this as a project, students. One second. You prepare the slurry, or before slurry you make the arrangement of chips, crushed chips. It has to be broken. It has to be broken. This is a rectangular tray of having some thickness of 10 mm. Sorry. This is a rectangular chip having 10 mm thickness. Alright. Then you pour all the chips into the tray. Right, curved chips, you can put it in the tray, break it and crush it. Then you can use a cement slurry and compact it completely. You get a rectangular panel. This panel can be used for the roofing purpose. This is used in a combination. Coconut fiber and wooden chips of fiber are soaked in water for 2 hours and water is drained off. Later they are mixed with cement and laid over a corrugated mold or kept under pressure for 8 to 10 hours. After demoulding, they are cured and dried before use. This is the procedure. Similarly, you have precast brick panels. Same thing you find. Is used in combination with partially precast joists. Joist is a beam which is economized using a steel and a cement. Yesterday you saw the joist, picture of a joist, and will be reinforced with the cement concrete, right? Along with the brick panels, it can be used as a bricks or can be alternative to reinforced cement concrete. You can either use a brick or it can be RCC. You can do that and form into a panel form. Similarly, you can use that panel for the roof construction. Alright, students. So with this, I'll be considering. There are many other alternatives also. So these materials will readily reduce the energy level in the global center and reduce the cost effectiveness. Right, students? Is there any doubt? Any doubt? Any discussion you would like to take up? Yes? Any discussion? Yes, students?
No.
Okay, fine. I'll be giving some more time for the assignment. Okay. I'll be increasing the number of days for the assignment. Given assignment, you can do it, right? And as of now, I'll end the class with taking attendance. Okay.